Good afternoon, everyone. Dr. Minal Bhujangra Wagmar is here. From today, we are going to start the series of diseases of field and horticulture crops and their management. In this, we are going to see some important field and horticulture crops, their symptoms, their etiology, disease cycle, and their management. So, we start with our first crop, that is wheat. And in this, we start with the disease of rust of weeds. So there are three types of rust. Black rust, also called as a stem rust. Causal is a Puccinia graminis triticale. Next rust is a brown rust and also called as a leaf rust. And the causal organism is a Puccinia cyaنا. And our third rust is a yellow rust, also called as a stripe rust. The causal organism is a Puccinia striformis. In many competitive exams, causal organism of these three all of rust has been asked. Like what is the causal of the black stem rust, yellow rust, and leaf rust? So our first important disease of the wheat is a black stem rust. Causal is a Puccinia graminis triticale. In this, pustules will appear on the leaf surface. At early stage, brick red and orange brown color of pustules will appear on the leaf surface, which rupture the plant epidermis. That spores are the iridospores. Later stages, that pustules converted to the blackish in color. Now that fungal mass is having a teleospores present in that black spore masses. Due to this, it gives the blackish appearance to the stem, and that's why the disease named as a black rust or stem rust. In 19th century, Roman people used to think that this disease is due to the worse of their god, that is Robigus, which led to the black stem disease on the wheat crop. This disease is appear at the hot condition, that is 24 to 30 degrees Celsius in a Rabi season. Previously, the question has been asked on this topic, that 92 questions we can see. Who people are used to celebrate the festival called Tropicalia to the word of the rust? So answer is the Roman people used to think, we have seen in earlier slide. Coming to the life cycle, this fungus is a obligate parasite. What mean by obligate parasite is that fungus will complete its whole complete life cycle on the living plant, and there it needs a two hosts to complete its life cycle. Primary host is a weed and secondary host is a an alternate host is a barberry plant. So it is a heterogeneous in nature. Heterogeneous means it requires a two host of the for the completion of the life cycle. What is mean by the alternate host? That alternate host means the host of the different family from the main crop. So wheat is having different family and barberry having the different family. So barberry is the alternate host for the pathogen and main host is a wheat crop. So question has been asked, we can see in 60, wild host of the same family is known as an answer will be collateral host, because wild host of the different family is the alternate host. Barberry is the alternate host, but question has been asked same family. It means the answer is a collateral host. In previously, again question is an parasite which require a living host tissue for survival. That answer is the biotrop, because obligate parasite is also known as a biotrop. And many times in PYQs has been asked, what is the alternate host of the black stem rust of the wheat in India? That is barberry. In this 56 we can see rust fungi are also known as a biotrop, because we have seen it is an obligate parasite, and obligate parasite is also known as a biotrop. Coming to our next another important disease, that is stripe rust or yellow rust, and causal organism Puccinia striformis. In this, pustules will form, but orangish to yellowish color pustules will appear on the leaf surface, and this pustules is nothing but the iridospore present on the leaf surface. Due to this, if iridospores and pustules cover the leaf surface of cover completely to the leaf surface, and due to this photosynthesis rate is reduces, and ultimately necrotic appearances occur on the leaves, and yield losses will start. This among all of the three rust, that is black stem rust, yellow rust, and brown rust, stripe rust will appear early in the season. Because we can see its temperature, its cool and humid condition is required 10 to 15 degrees Celsius. In earlier months of Rabi, temperature is very down, that is 10 to 15 degrees Celsius we can see such a temperature up to January. So among all of this rust, yellow rust will appear earlier in the season. Question has been asked, in the plains of India, which rust appear first? So answer is the yellow rust. Coming to the life cycle, again this fungus is an obligate parasite that fungus require a living host to complete their life cycle. And here primary host is a weed and alternate host, it means host of different family, that is Bromus japonicus. Coming to the next important disease of wheat, that is brown rust of wheat, also called as a leaf rust, and causal organism Buccina tritiziana. In this, pustules will appear on the leaf surface, that is orangish to reddish brown color pustules, dusty pustules will appear on the leaves, sheath and stem. And later on, these iridospores, which is reddish and brownish in colors, that pustules will convert into the black when they get mature at the later stage, and that stage now carrying the teleospores. Ultimately, it reduces the photosynthesis rate and premature the leaf death, and also reduce the size of grain and significantly impact the yield. Now, this disease will come in the moderate temperature like 8 into 25 degrees Celsius. Coming to its life cycle, it is an obligate parasite, and its primary host is a weed, and alternate host is a thalictrum. So let's see how rust is migrate in India. If you see in southern area, southern to central area, black stem rust is more severe, and in northern part of India, stripe rust and leaf rust is more severe. Why kind of this? The spores, that is iridospores responsible for the black stem rust, are travel from the Nilgiri Parvat and hills to the central India, and the iridospores responsible for the stripe rust and leaf rust are traveling from the Himachal and Nepal and Tibetan region to the Almora in the part of Uttarakhand and to the Tarai region of the UP and some other northwest part also. So stripe and leaf rust is more dominant in the northern area, and black stem rust is more dominant in the south and central India of the central India. Now we can see why many times in a previous even ARS mains also has been asked why black stem rust is showing the less resistance in India is due to some following reasons, because iridospores survive in a cooler and moist condition. But in our India, high summer heat is present in the Indian plains, so it kills to the spores, that is iridospore. As well as for completion of black stem rust, barberry is the alternate host is required, is not prominently not present in India. It is present in the Tibetan region above the Himalayan foothills. Above that, this barberry plant as alternative host is present. Due to this also, less black stem rust rices are available in India. Coming to the etiology, in this rust, all rust, 5 spore stages are occurring. That is, 0 stage is a pycnospore, first stage is the achiospore, then iridospore and teleo, and then basidiospores. We have one trick to remember this all stages in a sequence. We all know one famous university, that is Punjab Agriculture University, present in Punjab, and Punjab having lots of TB patients. So Punjab Agriculture University short form is PAU. Let's see, P, A and U and TB, T and B. So we can remember the trick, that is PAU, TB. So pycnospore, achiospore, iridospore, teleospore and basidiospores. In this, pycnospore is appear in the barberry crop and is present inside the pycnidia structure. Flash-shaped pycnidia structure. And achiospore are present inside the achia. That spores also present mainly on the barberry crop. Now that achiospore transfer to the wheat crop and lead to the iridospore. Now it is on the wheat crop. It is a repeating spore. It can complete its, it can lead to the life cycle without depending on the other stages of the spores. Next stage, the iridospore lead to the teleospore, black thick one teleospore. It is a overwintering spore which can rest inside the soil and germinate when next season host is available. So this spores is also called as a resting spore. And last, that is basidiospore, is a sexual spore of this life cycle, which also present on the wheat crop. And And we can see in this life cycle, here pycnospore are present on the barberry in pycnidia, lead to the asciospore on barberry present inside the ascia. This asciospore comes to the wheat crop and lead to the iridiospore. These iridiospores are a repeating spore. That's why it can continue the life cycle or repeat the life cycle without depending on the other spore stages. Otherwise, this iridiospore lead to the teleospores. And this teleospore is a overwinter spores, rest inside the soil or continue the life cycle and lead to the basidiospore. This all iridio, teleo and basidio are on the wheat, and pycnia and asciospores are comes on the barberry plant. Question has been asked, Neurospore of the Puccinia graminis are disseminated by. Answer is a wind because it is a mainly airborne disease. Neurospore can travel miles and miles with the help of wind, and that's why it's a major airborne disease. Rust is a major airborne disease. Next question has been asked, number of spore produced by the Puccinia graminis TTC of life cycle. We have recently seen that is 5 spores because pycnospore, asciospore, iridospore, teleospore and basidiospore are 5 spores. That is 5 spores is the answer. Coming to the management, some cultural practice can be followed, that is mixed cropping and crop rotation. Because it continuous same host is available, pathogen will get continuous same host, then it can continue its life cycle for season and years to years. If you do the crop rotation, host is unavailable for the pathogen, and its life cycle gets stopped and break down there only, and it help to control the disease also. Avoid the excess nitrogen. What it means? Because excess nitrogen lead to the vegetative growth of the plant, and excess vegetative growth definitely attracts the pathogen, and it lead the losses of the yield. And remove of the alternate and collateral host. If you remove the alternate host of black stem rust and brown and yellow rust, definitely is unable to complete its complete life cycle, and life cycle will not, if not completed, then definitely infection will be less. Coming to some resistant varieties, genetic control. HD2189, HD4502, HD2967 and TBW187. These are some resistant varieties among for this all of three rust. We can go for the seed treatment of the Trichoderma hergianum, that is 10 gram per kg we can use here. Coming to the foliar application, we can go for propiconazole, tebuconazole, and other one also is hexaconazole, that is and mancozeb. Propiconazole, tebuconazole and hexaconazole we can use 0.1%. It means 1 gram per liter. In mancozeb, that is 0.25%, that is 2.5 gram per liter. First foliar spray we will do when first initial symptoms are appear, that is pustules will appear, and second spray of this all of 3-4 chemicals we can do when after 15 days of first spray or if needed. And here is 117 number question we can see, macrocyclic rust is name given to the some fungi. So answer is here, that is B, where all answer is B, where all 5 stages are produced. Coming to the next important disease, that is loose smut. We have covered all of 3 rust of the wheat in deep. Now we will see our next disease, that is loose smut of wheat, and answer is the Ustilago triticale. In this, major symptoms we see, the entire inflorescence except rachis get covered by the powdery blackish masses of the smut spores. This powdery masses is having the spores, that is completely teleospores, which blown by the wind. And we should know that this loose smut disease is a internally seed-borne disease. What it means? That pathogen is present inside the embryo itself. Mycelium is invested in the part of the embryo in the seed, and whenever this seed get germinated, lead to the young seedling. Because pathogen is already present inside the embryo, when plant get mature, that it also shows the smutty growth in in their panicle, because that smutty growth having the teleospore inside it, and it reduce the grain yield, and it hamper the ovary growth of the panicle. So coming to the management for smut disease, Vitavax is a major fungicide management. We can do the seed treatment with the Vitavax, that is 2 gram per kg before the sowing. And another one more important management is a hot water treatment, because we have seen that loose smut is a internally seed-borne disease. Who has given this treatment? That is Jensen has given this treatment and at the 53 degrees Celsius for the 10 minutes, because on this temperature the seed embryo is survived, but fungal mycelium is killed due to this hot temperature water treatment. Another important treatment we can provide to manage the loose smut of disease, that is solar heat treatment method. Luthras has given this solar heat treatment. For this purpose, we have to soak the seed for 4 hours and then we have to sun dry that seed for the 4 hours in the hot temperature of March and June or April month. Coming to our next third important disease, that is Karnal Bunt, and also known as a partial bunt or smut fungus, because it comes under the smut fungi kingdom. And coming to their name, old name was Tilletia indica and new name is Neonicia indica. This Tilletia indica is given by the name given by the Mitra. And one more important point I would like to mention here, this Karnal Bunt is a quarantine disease. What means by quarantine disease? The disease whose movement and the quarantine disease means disease which movement is restricted from one area to another area due to regulations policies. Coming to the symptoms, again powdery masses of spore and blackish in color is present in the seed, which replace completely to the endosperm, and that spores is nothing but the steliospores. And silvery black appearance, we can see silvery black appearance is present inside the infected grain. If you break down this seed, we will get some fishy bad odor due to the one chemical compound, that is trimethylamine. And due to this trimethylamine, it lead to the bad odor from the seeds. This disease is a small borne and airborne. Coming to the, we can see these infected spores are there. In infected plant part, spores are present. That is nothing but the our teliospore, and secondary infection led by the secondary sporidia. It also shows that infected kernel seeds also having the teliospore present inside it. Coming to the management, we have to provide the seed treatment with the help of carboxin. Carboxin is nothing but the Vitavex. We have already seen the dose, that is 2 gram per kg. And some genetic control we can manage with the help of PPW 154 and 533 and HD227. We can provide the Trichoderma hergianum 10 gram per kg seed treatment before sowing, and propiconazole, hexaconazole and tebuconazole 0.1%, that is 1 gram per liter. We can do the foliar spraying, and mancozeb same again 0.25%, that is 2.5 gram per liter. We can provide the spraying. First spray at the initial symptoms are appear, and second spray we provide when it is needed or after the 15 days of the first spray. Other than this also we can use the Thyrum, Captain and carbendazim for seed treatment, that is 2 to 3 gram per kg of the seed. Also we can provide the 1% spray of the carbendazim as a foliar spray. Coming to the another important disease, that is powdery mildew of the wheat, and causal organism is the Erysipegraminous tritici. In this, what will happen majorly? Whitish powdery mycelium growth appear on the leaf surface. Whitish spot or black lesions. That whitish powdery growth get converted later to the blackish lesion. And due to this, mainly on this leaf, photosynthesis get reduces, and once photosynthesis reduces, we all know yield losses will appear. And after when whitish powdery growth get converted to the blackish lesion, lead to the drying of the leaves and defoliation will take place. It also misshape and shrivel to the grain size and reduce the quality of the grain. And in this, sexual spores are formed, that is ascospore, and asexual forms are the caridia. Coming to the life cycle, we can see when female hypa and male hypa get fused and lead to the formation of fruiting structure, that is cleistothecium. This cleistothecium is nothing but the fruiting structure which carrying the sexual ascospore. Once this cleistothecium is break down, it releases to the ascospores, and these ascospores carrying the sexual life cycle of this pathogen and lead to the infection. Coming to the asexual life cycle, conidia is led by the asexual life cycle is led by the conidia, which present inside the infected plant and plant debris and spread due to the rain, wind and other tools. So, sexual life cycle is continue in the favorable condition, and asexual life cycle when unfavorable condition is there, asexual life cycle is continue and help to do the secondary spread of this disease. Coming to the management, most importantly, wettable sulfur, that is 0.2%, it means 2 gram per liter spray, and carbon dioxide, that is 500 gram per hectare. We provided also the Bordeaux mixture spray up to 1%. Yes, 1% we can provide the Bordeaux mixture also, and carnatine, that is 2 kilogram per hectare in 800 liter of water. But mainly we use some vegetable sulfur as a major management of the powdery mildew. Our another important disease is the Alternaria blight of the wheat. Causal organism is the Alternaria triticiana. In this we can see small dark oval lesions are appear on the leaves, and it get enlarged, and we can see that later it converted to the spindle shapes. This oval lesions having the yellow hollow. We can see here they having the yellow hollow around that spots. This lesions eventually converted and shows the dry and necrotic area inside it, and ultimately shows the drying appearance of the leaves and shows the blighting appearance, leaf drying and blighting appearance of the leaves. So this disease is the internally seed-borne. It means pathogen is present inside the embryo as well as externally seed-borne disease. It requires the favorable condition, that is high humidity and moist condition and temperature around to 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. In this, that fungus is survive off-season in the conidia form, and also that that mycelium is present inside the infected wheat stubbles and plant debris in the field. Coming to the management, we all know this disease is an internally seed-borne disease. It means we try to kill the pathogen which present inside the embryo without damaging to the embryo. So, with the help of hot water treatment for around 52 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes, we provide for the management of the Alternaria blight of the wheat. And we also do the mancozeb spraying in 2 gram per liter, that is 0.2%, when initial symptoms are appear and after the 15 days of initial symptoms if it is needed. Coming to our next and last disease, that is ear cockle disease of the wheat. This disease is actually caused by the plant parasitic nematode, that is Engineer triticale. In this, uh, this uh, in this we see that this our grain get converted into the gall. This nematode converted the grain to the gall, and these galls are nothing but the cockles of the nematode, which are very hard in structure, and dark color of the galls is appear on the infected plant. Coming to the management, we can provide the hot water treatment to flow out this gall, and again we can go for the crop rotation to break the unavailability, to lead to the unavailability of the continued same host to the nematode. Now we will see some PYQs on the topic we read and learn. That is, what causes the loose mud of wheat? Answer is the Ustilago triticale. Loose mud of wheat is a disease, internally seed-borne disease. Internally seed-borne infection can be destroyed by, definitely it can be hot water treatment, but we have seen in loose mud it can also manage by the solar heat treatment also. So answer will be the all of the above. These are some old PYQs and important concepts related and questions related to these all diseases. Killer disease of wheat is called to the black rust. Cancer disease of wheat is a Karnal Bunt. Brown rust is caused by the Puccinia recondita. Black rust caused by the Puccinia graminis tritici. And yellow rust is caused by the Puccinia striformis. And the disease which is most damaging among the all three rust is a brown rust. But disease which appear first, if question is asked like that, that is the yellow rust. Karnal bunt is caused by the pneumonia indica. Earlier name was the Tilesia indica. And the disease produces a black powder in the place of the grains of wheat. Answer is the loose mud, it having the teleospore inside present inside it. And powdery mildew of the wheat is caused by the Ptisipae graminis tritici, and earlier is known as an Plumeria tritici. Ear cockle disease of wheat is caused by the plant parasitic nematode, that is Angelina tritici. So we have covered like this all important diseases of the wheat. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe my channel and share it. Thank you.